It's a romance sport, yeah. It's a romance sport. Yeah, it's a romance sport like that. This one going out.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Smokefella in the house, back with you for another fun-filled Saturday of Humidor Sports Podcast. Let's go, man. Hey, I know you guys almost a year to the day. That's when the coronavirus came through, shut down the world, including sports. You know, we were all getting hyped up, ready for, March Madness, and the vid stole it away from us. But guess what? A year later, we back in the same spot, getting ready for March Madness. So we gonna hit y'all with a bunch of stuff today, man. I'm gonna welcome in my crew. Man, we got my man, PG69, hashtag NCAAB, baby.
What up? What's going on, good people? I'd be remiss if I didn't ask this question, Ben. You seem a little sluggish, and I'm just curious. Are you drunk?
No, I am not.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking, man.
I'm not.
Checking. Man.
I'm slow motion. My coffee just getting in. I just lit a stick. So, I'm trying to get where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
I just got my coffee, and I ain't lit up yet. It is right here.
Yeah, man. So, it's slow motion today, man. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, but we going to get it in pretty much like we do every week.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm going to bring to the stage my man straight out of Harvey, a.k.a. St. Louis, a.k.a. Las Vegas, a.k.a. Arizona, my man, KDL33. What's up, baby?
But he in Dalton today, baby.
What's happening, man? How y'all doing, man? Hey, man, stop telling my business, Pat. But how y'all doing? What's going on? Happy Saturday morning to y'all. Hey, I got a shout out before we even get started. One of my brothers, man, for life, Chris Pickett, as one of my ex-college teammates, coaches Kankakee. I want to give him a shout out because he won the Southland Championship last night by beating my alma mater, Thornton Township High School. So I want to give him a shout out. Congrats. They went 12-1, shortened season, but they went 12-1 this year. Beat my alma mater twice. So I want to give him a shout out today. Congratulations, bro. Much success.
Hey, so we're gonna put some smoke in the air. I know Big Chris down there in Kankakee, man. So, man, big ups to you for spanking. I'm throwing one.
I don't know what just happened, but Ben just dropped. So,
yeah, because he was talking crazy. Good for him.
I seen that.
Hey, PG,
I dropped it one time.
Bring it.
Well, man, since being dropped, man, it's time to bring in Mr. 5 o'clock somewhere, Lucky Lefty.
What up, good people?
What up, man?
Good morning.
How you doing?
And a rough morning it is. Long night last night, but I'm here. But I'm back in it, man. Thank you all for joining us every Saturday. You know how it is, man. So, hey, a lot to talk about, a lot to get into. We got a whole lot. I'm excited about Lefty's Lives today. So I'm going to piss some folks off because that's what I do.
Hey, man.
And Ben is back.
And he's back.
I apologize, man.
What you do? You did a Houdini on us?
Man, I did.
Now you don't.
Hey, my laptop did some updates last night, man, and I don't know, it was acting crazy.
Oh, those are the worst. Updates are the worst.
Well, probably was that gibberish you were talking.
Well, wow. I was going in on Thornton, but I guess I should be quiet.
Yeah, right. They didn't put some type of voodoo on you, some Harvey voodoo on your laptop.
Right.
So moving along.
Right, moving along. Hey, what's up, Big Tim? I see you out there, baby.
What up, fella?
What up, Tim?
Hey, man, I ain't like the feel of that. I just went dark.
He was like, thanks for whooping Thornton. Boom.
Hey, you ain't know Kevin had people behind him.
I was like,
Hey,
Got people on them scenes.
I was like,
baby.
did he get assassinated or something?
I was like, yeah.
Oh,
I said, Kev pushed the button to come up power off.
Kevin ain't at work. He just sent that message to his
from the
people.
crib.
Cut it
Like,
down.
he said one more thing, hit the button. He said one more thing, hit the button.
And they sure hit that button, man. I went out quick. No, man, but hey, love being with you guys on the show, man. So let's go ahead and get in. What's up, Sweet, aka LeRon Jones? What's up, boy?
What up, Sweet?
What up, Sweet?
Bro,
Hey,
sweet.
I'm sorry, we got to call him by his new name, Drink Sinatra.
Drink Sinatra, baby. Old brown eyes.
Oh, brown eyes.
Old brown eyes. Drink Sinatra, baby.
What up, Barry? Thanks for joining in, man.
What up, B? Another one of my left-handed cousins, baby.
Hey, man, I think
hey, Tim, we gonna get into it, baby. I got something for y'all. We gonna get into it.
Hey, I'm gonna lay low on cracking today until I make sure that Kev got his boys off me.
I'm texting Kev now. He said one thing out of pocket. Hit the switch. He said
About to
Hey.
be in full effect, baby. We 2 weeks away, baby.
Hey, man, we about to get into football. Any given Sunday, let's go. So, all the way to the bank. We're going to go ahead and start the show off talking about Dallas Cowboys pay Dak Prescott, man. It was a long time coming. He got $160 million for 4 years with a record of $126 million guaranteed money. So that's an average of like $42 million a year. So what's next for the Cowboys, man? Because this is just me, my personal opinion. Everybody like, oh, they going to the Super Bowl. You just signed Dak. It didn't make Dak better. It didn't make your depleted offensive line better. It didn't make them weak ass cornerbacks that you got better. So, Kev, this is your arch enemy. So I'm gonna let you lead this one off, bro. Let's go.
Well, to answer the question, what's next for Dallas and what that makes Dallas? The answer is nothing. Absolutely nothing. The biggest thing that came out of this is Dak finally got his money, and Jerry had to overpay because he waited so long to give him his money. So great for that. Congrats. And then we need to stop all this, is he really worth $40 million and all that? Let's stop this. Because when you're the next man up, you're the next man up. You're the next contract that's up. So now you got Lamar Jackson coming up. You think he's going to be under Dak? Nobody's going to be Mahomes. Let me say that. But you think he's going to be under Dak? Nope. Dak just raised the bar. So let's start with is he really a $40 quarterback? I've seen that on sports shows. Oh, would you really pay him? Does he really deserve to be right up? Let's stop that. It was his time. That's what the market predicted. That's what he got. As far as the rest of the team, they already overpaid. They're going to eventually have to get rid of Zeke to get a better offensive line. You need a corner. Like they still got work to do. And this ain't just the end all be all. They just stable at the quarterback.
Did he just say they was gonna get rid of Zeke?
Yeah, eventually.
It's a strong possibility if they want to get some other moving parts.
It's gonna be a salary cut next year. Watch what I take. If he don't ball out.
It ain't no possibly. It's gonna happen. So first and foremost, Jerry and Steve Jones are idiots. I'm glad Dak got his money. He got what he deserved. And like Kev said, it's not that he's better than one of the best quarterbacks in the league. It's just the market dictates everything. And I want to say congrats to Lamar Jackson and all the other quarterbacks coming up because the bar is set higher now. We had been saying for a long time since we talked about this last year when they tagged him, sign him before Mahomes gets his contract.
Shit.
And he waited. And this is what happened. And then he had the nerve. He got recorded saying, talking to Dak, talking about, I overpaid you, whatever little smart remark he made to him. Well, so what? That's what you get. That's what you get for signing the damn running back and the wide receiver first. So you deserve what you got. I'm glad Dak got his money. What does it make the Cowboys? I'm a double up Kev's nothing and say nothing squared. Same team. Defense sucks. The O-line is depleting. They either getting older or injured, or they're gonna have to get rid of some guys. And like I said, they're gonna have to start making moves with that money. The rumor is Amari Cooper's on the trade block. Duh. Of course, he's on the trade block.
Should have never gave him that money.
Especially when you pay him $100 million and then draft who's that? CC? What's it?
CD Lamb.
CD Lamb. And you turn around and draft the receiver in the first round. Who does that? Like Jerry Jones and Steve Jones, I think his son Steve, they need to get a director of football operations and get that together, man, because they've been dropping the ball lately.
Hey, Kevin knows who does that. Kevin knows who does that. Jerry Jones does that.
Jerry Jones
does
Jerry
that.
Jones.
Jerry Jones. Jerry just can't let it go, bro. Jerry got
ridiculous.
He got to be in it. He just can't walk away.
And Tony, they're gonna still be a mediocre team. They are a mediocre team. They were a mediocre team when Dak was healthy. They're a mediocre team now. Today, they're a mediocre team next year. I mean, they're just gonna be what they are, man. They ain't gonna Super Bowl coming. Then they're gonna start coming down on the brother when the team ain't getting the expectation. They'll meet expectations. So
of course,
they're gonna blame that.
And it's really terrible because just like Kevin said, they're gonna blame Dak because Dak got that money. But we already know they're gonna be maybe the second best team, third at best over there in the East Conference. Maybe third. Maybe third. Because Washington right now, we already know when we look at it on paper, you think Dallas will have a better team. Right now, Washington is the better team over there in that division right now. And that's because of that defense. Until they figure out that quarterback situation, they still not gonna be good. But it's that quarterback situation. I mean, that defense that's keeping them up top. But when they're getting paid that money, you already know they thinking. You seen your boy Cocaine Cowboy going at top of us, so we going to the Super Bowl. No, y'all not. Y'all not going no Super Bowl.
Listen, man, I got a message.
He was high when he said it.
He was high when he said it.
That's my boy, man. That's my boy.
All the GMs out there that got a quarterback that's coming up, they need to get paid. Watch yourself. Don't let the media
dictate.
No, kind of set you up for failure. And the reason I'm going to say that, man, is because we saw the debacle with Jerry getting caught on tape saying these different things. Baltimore Ravens GM. Now, I know this interview was maybe 3 weeks ago about he wasn't going to let, the market dictate what he's going to give Lamar Jackson and all of that. But guess when they published it? Right after Dak signs. So now the media sets you up, because if I'm Lamar, I'm sitting at the crib and now you watching sports, you see this, you like, what?
But did you
on the phone with your agent? And now your agent's like, yeah, we gonna stick it to this dude. Watch.
Did you hear how he put it? Did you hear how he put it, Ben?
Man,
he said I'm not gonna let the market dictate it. He said it's like going to buy a car. You go there for a Ferrari, you know how much Ferrari costs. You know it's worth. You go here for a Billy, you know it's worth. So we know his worth.
Right. So
what you saying, bro?
That was like 3 weeks ago, man.
Right.
And they dropped it at the right time.
Yeah, they did.
Now he looks like a fool.
What should have came across the screen was STFU. Why he was talking. Why he was talking. Be quiet.
Exactly. Don't let the media. The media sets people up for failure, man. So just be quiet. We have said that early in our season this year. Shut up.
But I bet you Lamar's not going to have to go through that. Lamar's going to get his money. Now, reality, we can't predict what he's going to get. But he's not going to have to be franchised. He's not going to have to wait a whole year. Baltimore going to get a man his money.
If I was Baltimore, I'll wait and see what he do this year. Just me personally. Because
if he has a mediocre year, they're gonna tag him.
I would wait, and he needs to improve. The passing game definitely has to improve as far as Lamar Jackson. And you can't. And the question is starting to come up now: that can you win with a quarterback like Lamar? So if I'm the Ravens GM, I STFU and wait it out, but I'll be smart about it as well. Just don't say anything, but be smart about it. I wouldn't let the media or Dak's contract pressure me into signing Lamar right now. Look what happened with Carson Wentz and Jared Goff. You signed them a little too early. Now they ain't on the team no more.
Yeah, I wouldn't say pressure just because Dak got his money. All of a sudden, it's time to get. I wouldn't say that. They were already in contract talks. Everybody knew Lamar was coming up, so I wouldn't pit them against each other, which the media would do.
But see, that's what the media is doing, Kevo. And when the GM or anybody from the team starts speaking on it, man, Dude, the media is gonna twist it, turn it, and it's gonna make you sound like a clown, and then it's gonna put you against your own quarterback.
And you know how it is when it's time for that 5th-year option or that contract, time for that long-term contract. All year, all you're gonna hear is contract talks. Every sports show, everybody's gonna be talking about it. That's what I mean by don't let that pressure you into making a deal right away. I'll be 100%, which I like Lamar Jackson. I'm all for the black QBs getting their bread, but I wouldn't jump so fast. I wouldn't.
But ain't this is his year now, ain't it? Like this is the option year they can make a choice, right? Ain't this the year?
Yeah, it's this year.
You got to make the choice for the 5th year next year. This is 4th year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they have to make the or you can, and then you're going to extend them from there. But I definitely wouldn't jump it. I wouldn't jump.
A big part of that, though, is getting him some playmakers and getting him. So we thought Hollywood Brown was going to be somebody that was going to benefit him, and he did for a blip. You know what I'm saying? He did for like a couple games 2 years ago.
Right.
But now we're like, all right, well, who's out there? Willie Snead? Like, you know what I mean? You have Andrews, who's a decent tight end, but you need receivers. Like, this man needs help getting open downfield. I think you need to go ahead and find him a number one some way, somehow, and maybe add another tight end, because if their identity is run first, pass off the run, you're gonna need a big time playmaker to help Lamar and get open, especially in third and long territory. Or
they got to show up that run game.
Emmanuel Sanders is out there.
Yeah, and he can go work at Walmart. No one cares about Emmanuel Sanders. Period. Hollywood Brown's blip was as quick as Thanos' snap in Avengers. No one. It didn't last. It was over. It was so fast. I forgot he was on the team. I forgot he was on the damn team.
So you like Sly was last week. You gonna be on the road today, huh?
Real quick.
I had a couple of cocktails last night, so I'm feeling good. Let's go.
Yeah, you did. And you was just getting started when I left you.
So listen, man. Since we talking about tagging, let's talk about some of the notable tags this past week. We got to talk about our very own Allen Robinson, 18 million franchise tag. Lefty.
I know I'm gonna piss Kevo off because Kevo hates the tag. And Kevo is always Kevo for the athletes getting paid, and I am too. But at the same time, it's business, and I've been saying it. You do not sign receivers unless you got your quarterback situation in place. It's about priorities. Priority has to be get the quarterback situation in place, see how much you're going to have to pay a quarterback, whether you getting somebody in like Russell or Deshaun, which who knows, it may or may not happen. And then you start dealing with, signing running backs and receivers to long-term deals. So it was a smart move. I like Allen Robinson. I hope this is just buying time to get him an extension, and you kind of stretch that cap money out a little bit. But if not, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. And if you end up having to trade him, just have to do it. I think receivers are expendable. I just do. I wouldn't go crazy over it. And get that quarterback situation in place. It's another wide receiver. It's another strong wide receiver draft. It's another one. And there's some wide receivers out there you can probably get for a little less. So if you don't have a quarterback, it don't make sense to get a $20 million damn wide receiver. So that's just my take on it.
Hold on, Kev. I'm gonna come to you last because I know you got some points you want to make. So I got you.
I knew Kev was gonna come at me. That's why let me get it out the way.
I was gonna tell him I was gonna ask him let me go next because I know he got something to say too. But Damani absolutely right, man. They tagged him. We already knew they was gonna tag him because if you think about it, Allen Robinson is the Bears' offense right now, so of course they're not going to let him go nowhere. That's he the best damn player they have on the offensive side. And like he said, unless that quarterback situation is adjusted or fixed or something like that, he's just another piece on the team taking up space, man. So he absolutely right. They spent a lot of money on him tagging him, but we all knew that was going to happen out the gate. We said it before, so it is what it is. Go ahead, Kev, because I'm going to give you a little extra time.
So, Kev, before you go in, you also got to look at the Bucks tag Chris Godwin, too, at 15.9.
Right. What Allen Robinson get?
Can we please talk about that? Can we please talk about that after Kev?
Yeah.
After Kev.
18.
And I think it was stupid. I think it's stupid for the Bucks to do that because Shaq Barrett is out there.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You could have
All
said you could have tagged David and signed Barrett or something like that. Like you just said, Lefty, wide receivers are expendable. You don't think Tampa Bay, Tom Brady would have went out and found another receiver? They'd have been all right without Godwin.
Or cheap.
Trust. I'm not saying he's not good, but they could have tagged somebody else. They got too many people down there, man. They trying to keep. As far as Allen Robinson, if it's about getting paid, I'm all about that. Y'all know that. Athletes getting their money, I'm all about that, right? So yeah, now he gets a whopping $18 million for 1 year. But if you don't have a quarterback, let that man go, man. Let the man go. What did Musa Muhammad say years ago about receivers that come to Chicago?
They die here.
Come here to die.
Yeah, career
Come here
killer.
to die. They come here to die. So let the man go. Let the
Moose
man
was
go.
on the other side of 30, though. Moose was on the
He
other
was
side.
at that-
Moose was already here to die, as is. The Panthers already let him go off the pasture. So what is Moose on?
He was old when he got here, Ivan. You're absolutely right. But what he says is for damn so true. This is just a fact. So let that man go. Let that man go, man. What you tagging him for? Gonna hold on for him? I hope somebody come with a big offer. Green Bay won't do it because I think Green Bay's management is just outright stupid. But that's neither here nor there. But I want another team to come after him and see if the Bears match it. That's what I want to happen. You don't think Aaron Rodgers will love to get a hold of Allen Robinson? You think Deshaun Watson will love to get a hold of Allen? Come on, man. Y'all know that. So for the Bears, I get it. You want to keep him. Let this man go, man. You ain't got no quarterback. You don't let this man sit here for another year. Hopefully he stay healthy. So now he could be a free agent. Let him go.
They're banking on bringing in a quarterback. That's what I really think.
Kev, you sound like the GM of the Bad News Bears, the Little League baseball team that was terrible. But look, no, you don't. You don't just let nobody go. You tag them and trade them. Get something for them. You get if you don't get rid of them, you get something. You get something for them. No, you see what you can work out. Kev, I know you. Look, I know you pro. I know you pro. Pay all the players and all this, that, and other. But no, it's you gotta be smart with that. Like you have to be smart with that type of situation because it doesn't. It's just not sensible to dump a lot of money into the receiver position. And we see receivers come in every year. And Allen Robinson, the style of receiver he is kind of dying out. The game is getting more. The game is getting more about speed now. Allen Robinson is not fast.
Y'all missing my point. Y'all missing my point.
You saying just let him go though?
Yeah. Because you said
are you saying just let him go or trade him and get him gone that way?
Get something for him.
What are you saying?
We all know they're not going to trade him. They're going to keep him here. They're going to make him suffer and stay here. They're not going to trade him.
I don't think it's about suffering, bro. I think what they're doing.
He got a quarterback. The man is a free agent.
But I understand he's a free agent, but here's what they doing, man. I'm not going to say they're trying to make him suffer. But if you think about it, when you look at it, the Bears are really banking on getting another quarterback right now. With all the trades talk, they're really hoping they could pull something off to bring a quarterback in here to go with him. So I'm not saying they're trying to make him suffer, bro. If they don't get no quarterback this year, next year they should be looking to get rid of him or trade him to try to, make some move, free up some cap space. But other than that, they're not just going to let him go, man. That'll be ridiculous.
And if you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at the players union. They agreed to it. The franchise tag is in place.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Franchise tag is what it is.
Don't get me on the football players union. Don't get me on that.
Right.
Y'all know I hate the tag, dog. I hate the tag. Y'all know that. I can't stand it. Yeah, it bumps you up.
It's an option that's out there. Hey Ben, before you move on though, when you brought up that Bucks thing,
that Godwin trade.
I got a question. Them tagging Godwin and kind of let Shaq Barrett float out there, right? Do you think they're catering too much towards Tom Brady? And it's going to come back and bite them in the ass at some point because they tagged Godwin instead of tagging Barrett, who should have been one of the MVPs of the Super Bowl. They extended Brady. I know it was to clear up a little cap space, but it seems like they just going to keep trying to add to the offense and add to the offense. And it's like they so busy trying to make Brady happy.
You know what?
They forgetting who the real MVPs are.
That right there is a great concept, but I think that some of that is true. But I think if you're not going to tag Barrett, you got to be confident that you're working out on the deal with him. You got to be confident.
That's what I thought they was doing.
You got to be confident.
Right.
Or it's something that they know about Barrett that we don't know.
Or they could have tagged David, right? And then worked out a deal with Barrett. Like you said, man, wide receiver, they can get another wide receiver, bro. They can get another. You still got Antonio Brown.
Bring AB back.
They got to be a couple of
$500.
dollars. They got a couple of dollars away from signing the deal with him. They got to be, because I can't believe that they just that stupid.
And that's what I thought too, man.
Look, you got Antonio Brown, right? He's a free agent. They're gonna come to him last, right?
Exactly.
Right. Brady will get him back over there. Yeah, Brady get him back.
Right, Brady will get him back. So you got a wide receiver in your pocket. He ain't going nowhere, dog. He ain't going no other team. And like I said, he'll take $500 to stay with Tom Brady.
So since we talk about this, it kind of leads into our next topic, signing on the dotted line. We're talking about the Bucks. Brady restructured his deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, like I said, maybe it's something that's going on internally that they know that they're gonna get Barrett signed. Because the eye test tells you who the fucking MVP was.
Well, Barrett said right after the Super Bowl, ain't no hometown discounts.
And he did say
He's
that.
I pay me.
He did say that.
Sans restructuring Tom Brady's deal, like, hey, we got to keep him here. You want to win again, Tom? We got to keep him here. What you gonna do?
Yeah, but let's see, because just like with the Dak and the market set, Barrett's set to be probably the highest paid defensive player in the league. So
yeah,
and he should be.
You're gonna have to run it, baby. But you can't sign everybody. I know they saying Tampa want this super team, and you can't sign everybody.
No,
Fournette's out there. There's a lot of people out there.
I think they're gonna let Fournette ride.
Yeah, Fournette, free agent too.
Mm-hmm.
They can bring Gronk back in the middle of the season. Like it's ways they could do it. Now they might have to let Sue ride if they pay Barrett.
Yeah, Sue up too.
Yeah.
So it's it is what it is. Like you say, man, people won the Super Bowl. You can't re-sign everybody.
Let Shady go. Let Shady go. He on the back end ain't playing, but he's soaking.
Oh, Shady go. Yeah, Shady go.
Shady is the Tatiana Cigars of football. He's done. That man just signed contracts and just sit there and collect money. Shady been done for 10 years.
Hold on, though. You collect contracts and rings. He was just on the Super Bowl winners on the bench.
Right.
Back-to-back Super Bowls. Yeah, that's
right. That's crazy.
I mean, I ain't hating on the man. Get your money in your rings, brother.
What he play? Did he play a game this year? He played one game, didn't
he? Yeah, he set up the tee for the kicker when the kickoff beginning of the game started.
The worst part about that, he led with those two rings that he had nothing to do with.
Right.
He had those two rings and was like, "Hey, I'm a two-time Super Bowl champion." I'm like, where the fuck did you play it down? I'm like, what?
Right.
You forgot he was on the team.
If his agent came to you, lay it off with that, I got a two-time Super Bowl winner that needs support contract. I'll slap the hell out of him. Would you sit the hell down with that?
You forgot he was on the team until he started taking pictures.
Taking the court. Hey, I forgot too, Kev, because he ain't got no time.
Hey, okay, so PG, what you think about the Cam Newton signing 1 year deal of 13.6?
Hey, they giving Cam a chance to prove himself. They give him a little bit more time.
Wow.
That is hilarious.
Wow. Where did that come from?
That's Ivan, man. That is hilarious.
Come on, man. Where did that come from,
bro? They changed the logo. Hey, man, you know what it is, man. Last year they had a lot of people opt out of the offense.
And the defense.
Injuries, got hit by the COVID buzz. So they trying to give him a chance to prove himself, to see what he really has in the tank, which is absolutely ridiculous because we already seen last year what he really had in the tank. Cam can only throw 20 yards.
Man, you being generous. 20?
From me to you? That's right. 20 yards.
You better not call him noodle arm Cam.
If it was for me to you, he usually threw it in the dirt.
Yeah.
So I love Cam, man. But you gotta. Hey, man, look, they giving you an extra $14 million to go on out with, dog. They giving you another $14 million, bro. Take that and run with it.
But Kev,
Take
they
that
had
and
to
run,
sign him
bro.
back. They ain't got no other option right now. They ain't picked no other
That's what
quarterback.
it is.
Who else do they have right now?
Yeah,
So they
That's
had
what
to
it is.
sign him back until they figure out what they're going to do at the quarterback spot. It was a no-brainer for them right now until they figured out.
well,
So they no longer going after Garoppolo or Jimmy G.
last year was dead
It's
on
taking
Rivers.
too long. It's taking
Last
too
year-
long for that to manifest, kid.
Yeah, last
Can't
year
wait
was
that long.
brutal on Rivers. This year is soft shoulder Cam.
Wow.
He's done.
Wow.
He's done. I think the signing was absolutely ridiculous, but at the
Come
same
on,
time,
Vernon.
Vernon called him Cam
Cam
Grossman.
Come on.
and look, and hey, I'm happy. I'm happy because I think some of it was kind of a payback from last year because how you have a starting quarterback at league minimum, on your roster. So that was, I guess, it was kind of like a we owe you this gratitude type thing. But
Money.
I don't know. Either the Patriots are desperate or somebody smoking crack up there in Boston. I don't get it.
But Belichick
Because-
is running it, bro.
Yeah,
Belichick
I don't get it. I know it's a 1 year deal. They probably gonna draft somebody. They probably looking to draft
course.
Mac Jones or somebody like that.
Yeah,
but
Of course.
yeah. And that's just insurance. It seems
Yeah.
like the Garoppolo and anybody else that they was looking for, it's taking too long to manifest, and they can't keep waiting. Belichick is not gonna keep on waiting on somebody. He's like, oh, okay, you gonna keep. Never mind, I'm gonna move on. He ain't gonna chase. He ain't gonna chase nobody.
I mean,
No,
it's
Cam
time
got
for
14 million
different
up there, so that's
directions,
all good.
man.
I actually thought Trubisky would end up over there for the low.
Yeah, you had said that.
For the low.
Do you think Kev, you big in KC, you went to school down there and all of that. They had already restructured Mahomes' contract.
I was
Already.
gonna say that after
Already.
year one. Did y'all
And-
peep that?
Yeah.
You also do know that they released two of their best tackles. I know they got hit with the injury bugs, but them offensive tackles, Eric Fisher and what is his name, Mitchell Schwartz,
Mitch Schwartz.
they let them go.
But they were hurt. They were hurt. They ain't tripping on that. What they're gonna do is,
Would you take them in New York or would you take them in Chicago?
I'll probably take one of them. They hurt, bro.
I'll
hurt.
take Fisher.
So
Get him
think
Leno
about,
and a
think
bag
about
of
this.
Skittles.
Think about this. Andy Reid is not going to release two tackles like that he really wants to keep or he really needs. There has to be a reason they just let him ride just like that. So keep watching the waiver wire, keep watching the releases, the cuts and all that. Free agency starts next week. You don't think an offensive lineman going to want to go play with Patrick Mahomes? The Chiefs ain't tripping on that. They like, we'll be okay. We'll grab us a couple.
Look, it's a reason why tackles are on the market. So no, I wouldn't go just sign anybody. You probably got to find somebody to draft. But it's the beginning. But it's the domino effect. I've been talking about it forever. Once you sign, you got to get these quarterbacks while they under their rookie deals, and you can put pieces around them because eventually it's going to start tumbling. And it always, for some reason, starts with the offensive linemen. They start dumping them first. Mahomes got his contract. You releasing two of your tackles.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, the domino effect. Dak got his contract. Dak got his contract. Watch how linemen start going. When Russell got paid, folks start falling off. They're like, we can't afford him. We can't afford. It's the beginning. It's the beginning of now. Hopefully, they can draft good enough to replace these guys. But this is why you gotta make it right when you got like quarterbacks on rookie deals, because you're gonna lose people. You can't sign everybody.
Yeah.
That's why I told y'all Ezekiel Elliott going next year.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was gonna say. You think Zeke's going next year then?
Hell yeah,
Yes, sir.
might be going this year.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
you've been a big
if he don't have a
component of
monster
saying
year,
running backs are like a dime a dozen, and you can get rid of a quarterback. You've been saying that for 2 years now on the show.
Yeah.
But question for you, Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Santos. Bears kind of Santos. So, it's a lot of people out there who was like, that was stupid. I don't think so, but let's hear your thoughts on it.
Especially the way the deal is structured, so it's not a big cap hit. But when you talk about, we had Cody Parkey, who cost us probably a chance to go to the Super Bowl one year. So we
probably.
Well, I mean, we don't know what would have happened in the next game, though. We don't know what happened in that game. He at least cost us the second round. But But I
Damn,
think,
Pat, you got mad, man.
yeah, right,
man.
But the reason it's not stupid is because
That's the nerve, huh?
you saw over the last few years how important the kicker can be. You know, when you struggling at that kicking game, man, those 1 or 2 games, football is the type of sport, you know, it's only 16 games. Like them 1 or 2 games you could have won off those little bogus field goals could cost you a chance at the playoffs to win the division or whatever. So, no, I'm with it, man. You get somebody who probably we haven't had since Robbie Gould in his heyday. I say lock him in, man. It was smart.
Yeah, and like you said, the way the deal is structured, it's not really hitting the cap. And in the last 3 years of the contract, you know, they don't have to honor. Tell you the truth, the way it's structured, you know. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm sorry, but not sorry. These petty ass moves by the marketing teams. What I'm talking about, Seahawks leave Russell's name out of the letters that they sent to the season ticket holders. That's just like they left Dak out of the hype video. You know what I'm saying? These petty ass moves by the marketing team is strong. And you know, it's like a slap in the face to the faces of the franchise, man. So let's talk about that for a minute. Kev.
Sweet's comment is hilarious.
Yeah.
He gonna kick for a first, kick 10 yards for a first. Oh man.
The Dak leave out was ridiculous. In marketing, man, I'm gonna tell you how this goes. In marketing, you have to run everything. You have to go over everything and make sure it's good. You're not infringing on anybody. You're not insulting anybody. You're not right. You have to do that. And guess who has to approve that? The owner.
Yep.
Because it's his team that you're marketing. It's his team that you're putting out there on the video. You don't think the owner didn't see Russell Wilson in the video? You don't think the owner didn't see Dak Prescott, the starting quarterback? Russell Wilson is your franchise. So that is the owner sending a message to Russell Wilson, like, bro, we'll let you ride. If Pete wants you gone, you gone. Right? You already threw your offensive line under the bus. You're getting hit too much, right? Now you got former players like Michael, I forgot his name, Michael Robinson, was on that Legion of Doom team.
Yeah.
He said, well, Russ got his contract and got rid of everybody. What more he want? So now you got your teammates, ex-teammates coming out at you. Like, the marketing has to approve this, bro. You have to know Russell Wilson is not on there. You have to know Dak Prescott is not. It's just stupid. And like you said, Ben, it's petty.
It's so petty, man.
But that's these owners, bro.
Kevin took the words right out of my mouth. Amazing facts. How in the HE double hockey sticks does marketing get put out anything out there and not leave? That's like McDonald's running commercials, not putting a damn clown in the commercial, bro. Or Burger King having a commercial and the king ain't nowhere to be found. Are you serious? Now
I can come up with this.
That ain't Burger King no more because the king ain't in here. You can't do that, bro. You being petty, man. And if this is your franchise player, man, you want him around. You don't treat him like he's gum at the bottom of your shoe. You say, hey, man, look, man, come on, man. We want you, man. We're going to put you in this commercial. You're good to go.
Right.
But I'm going to leave you out, but we want you. No, bro, you don't want me.
You know what? I agree with you guys to a sense, but I was listening to some podcast. Can't remember what it was, but they really brought up a great point with that. Dak and Russell's situations were a little different, right? Because Dak wasn't under contract, so you really didn't have to put him in the hype video. And there's a legal side to it. Like because those hype videos are to get more people to purchase season tickets, right? So if you put a player that's possibly not going to be on your team in that hype video, from a legal side, is considered like false advertisement. I bought these tickets because I thought Dak was going to be on the team, or Russell Wilson. The difference, though, is Dak wasn't under contract. Russell Wilson is under contract. So
he's the starter for crying out loud.
He's under contract. Ain't no franchise tag, ain't no negotiation, nothing. He's under contract, which goes to another point. And I've been saying it. The Russell Wilson deal is done already. They just got to wait. He will not be in Seattle. It just everything is pointing towards it. They just finding a way to structure the deal. Maybe wait to June 1st when they can when they don't have to take as big of a cap hit. I think if they do it right now, it's like $39 million cap hit.
Yeah.
But they are pretty much. I think the divorce is the proof is in the pudding, man. I mean the divorce is right there, and they have to be careful because if you do put Russell Wilson in there, and it's a possibility of him getting, and you end up trading them after people that bought season tickets. You really slapping your fans in the face, and
your fans will snap.
They'll turn quick. You know what I mean?
Well, you slapping them in the face now for even trading the man. That's number one. Number two, don't y'all think that they would probably do it around the draft? Not like June 1st.
You got to say
it's gonna involve picks. It's gonna involve picks. So don't you think that would happen around because free agency is next week.
Right.
Yeah.
When the draft comes, because whatever team it is, whether it's the Bears, whoever it is, it's gonna involve picks, bro. Don't y'all think that would happen around the draft? And I agree.
No,
I think it's a done deal too.
If the picks is already set,
just don't want to come out and say it.
Right.
If the picks are already set, why would you have to wait all the way to the draft to do it? If you already gonna trade them, you already gonna give your picks away.
Well, maybe you know the picks are for next year. Maybe the picks will be going forward, not this year's picks, because you can't. Like they have to. Seattle has to decide: are they going to take that $39 million cap hit? If they done with them, they got to make a choice. Are they going to take that big cap hit?
That deal is illegal right now, and they looking over the fine print, tweaking this, tweaking that. It's with legal right now. That's where that deal is.
Russ on the mag mile, not looking for a spot. Him and Sierra.
When he sell his crib in Seattle, y'all know it's real.
Hey, I just want to see her walking down the mag mile, and I'm just gonna be a creep on the other side of the street, like, yeah.
Hey Russ,
that is creepy.
Hey Russ, if you end up here, just a warning: this is the city of the dirtbags. City of dirtbags. It's the city of dirtbags, bro. So
they're gonna shoot their shot.
Hey, just take it for what it is. They're gonna shoot their shot. There's some scumbags in Chicago.
You thought Atlanta was bad when she was down there with Future.
Hey Russ.
Atlanta's a little different. Sierra probably had to worry more about Russ than he did about her, but that's another story.
Whoa.
That's a whole other story.
They're the next power couple now that
was terrible.
Everybody, Jimmy from the block, and broke up. So they're the next power couple.
Lucky that was terrible, bro.
KD, PG.
I ain't lying.
Since Lefty hot right now, let's go on into Lefty's logic while he on the roll. Let's go.
Boy, y'all silly, man. Hey, man, with all the talk about, what's going on, Russell Wilson and quarterbacks and this, that, and the other. So, I've been really thinking about this, and even though I'm against giving up a bunch of picks for one player, whether it's a franchise, what you think's a franchise quarterback or not, I just think there's a better way of doing it, right? Draft picks in football are your most valuable asset. And let's keep in mind, even if the Russell Wilson trade don't go through or the Deshaun Watson trade don't go through, everybody's kind of panicking and saying, you got to trade up and draft a quarterback. Well, let's think about this for a minute. I'm going to give y'all some names. Kellen Mound, Texas A&M, Jamie Newman from Georgia/Wake Forest, Ian Book, Notre Dame, Davis Mills, Stanford, Kyle Trask from Florida. That's the second tier quarterbacks that no one's talking about, right? And what we tend to forget, one of the guys that we're begging the city to trade for was a third-round draft pick. One of the guys that just got paid was a third or fourth-round draft pick. Lamar Jackson was a third or fourth-round pick. So if your scouting department has it together, you really don't have to reach. You don't have to panic. You can find quarterbacks. And I promise you, out of those names I just named, one of those quarterbacks going to end up being a franchise quarterback. They're going to be drafted in the third or fourth round. They're going to end up being a franchise quarterback. They're going to be starting somewhere. They're going to be the next one up. By then, they'll probably be about $50 million a year, $60 million a year, the way the cap keeps going up. And we have to understand this. Less than 50% of the NFL starting quarterbacks were first-round picks. Less than 50%. We all know Tom Brady's story. So it really comes down to drafting well and being smart, but don't discount taking a quarterback in the second, third, or fourth round and one of these guys that are there. So I would just say, let's not panic. If the Russell Wilson thing happened, it just happened. I still don't feel like, You should give up all your draft picks for one player. I'm just not a fan of that. And I don't feel like you can have to reach for a quarterback either in the first round just to be drafting one. Sometimes you just wait it out and let that dude fall in your lap. But remember those names I just said. That's the second tier quarterbacks nobody's talking about right now. But I promise you, within the next 2 or 3 years, one of those names we're gonna be screaming for. So that's Lefty's logic. Map.
Hey, that was your Catholic League side education right there. That wasn't your public league side. So you spit a little logic there. That was that Catholic League game.
Yeah. I learned something. I learned something from sister Fran.
Well,
Shout out, Sister Fran.
one of those quarterbacks is going to be trash from Florida. He was actually in the Heisman race for a minute, and he fell off in the second half of the year.
Kyle Trash.
Yeah. He was balling at the beginning of the year. He fell off in the second half of the year. Hey, but let me say this. Let me say this real quick. The problem with the Bears waiting to draft a quarterback and waiting, let somebody fall in his lap, second, third, fourth round, is that the Bears are in win now mode. They have to get almost to the NFC Championship for Pace and your boy to keep his job.
Right.
So they can't. You're gonna rebuild. I 100% agree with you. But you're in win now mode. Like you have to literally win next year, which is why they're going after Russell Wilson.
Yeah, but
so you don't have the luxury to fall and wait second, third, fourth round for a quarterback.
So let me ask you this. What would be the difference in signing maybe an Alex Smith and then drafting one of these guys and letting them sit behind Alex Smith for a year, or Ryan Fitzpatrick, one of these veterans out there? You don't have to go to trade everybody. You don't have to go for the home run because you might strike out and end up with Nick Foles as the starting quarterback. But a quarterback like Alex Smith or like I said, Ryan Fitzpatrick, I forgot the other. They even bought up Andy Dalton. Like quarterbacks like that are out there that you don't need them to be great. You don't need to be Patrick Mahomes. You just need them to manage the team, score some points, put up about 24, 27 points a game. You don't have to be Aaron Rodgers. You got a good defense. You can run the ball. I think you can win. They won. They went to the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 years with Mitch Trubisky as the quarterback. And like you say, he's completely trash, right?
Yeah, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Alex, hey, he threw me a layup, man.
I don't know.
Threw me a hoop, bro.
It's all you, Kevo.
hey, Kev, and he don't throw him that well, so that was a good one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's.
I think that boy Trey Lance gonna be pretty special too, Lucky.
Yeah, but Trey gonna go in the top 10 though.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go around there. He's gonna be around 10. That boy can throw.
Yeah, he going top 10.
Hey man,
the problem with signing Alex Smith is he's one play away from never being able to walk again. Which is the reason
why y'all keep saying that. Man, I want the man to retire now, man.
So is every player in the league.
The man almost lost his leg. Ron Rivera said it. I was scared to play him. Alex Smith is coming out saying, "Well, they didn't want me. They didn't want me, bro. It's about your life."
Yeah,
it wasn't personal.
Straight now,
people don't want to be responsible. They don't want you on their watch, bro, when it happens.
Well, they don't have to be Alex. They don't have to be Alex Smith, but there are other veterans out there. I'm just saying you don't have to. Like what my fear is, if Pace may be on his way out, right? More than likely, if things matter, right? Why would you let him deal all your picks away for the next GM to come in?
For you, yeah.
Right. It's for the next GM to come in and don't have no first round picks. Damn near don't have no second round picks for 2 or 3 years.
Players.
You know
Bill O'Brien do it.
And where's Bill O'Brien at USC now, right?
The same place Pace gonna be.
Right.
Well,
exactly.
So I think we don't want it to happen. So
and even trading up, like people are panicking saying, "Well, trade up next year's first round and trade up to get one of the top quarterbacks." One of these cats gonna be good, man. They're gonna fall in your lap. Get you a veteran to hold it down. And even with Russell Wilson beat out what was that cat the Seahawks just signed? That veteran. He was a Green Bay's backup, and Russ came in. Dak came in, and when Romo got hurt, Dak stepped right in and balled out. Now he paid.
And it wasn't no turning back after that.
Yeah.
Why don't y'all go for Fitzmagic?
I wouldn't be mad.
Hey, people gonna get off Fitz. People gonna get off Fitz, man.
Fitz gonna wind up in Washington, bro. Fitz gonna be in Washington.
I can see that.
So you know what, man? I was sitting there watching Texas head coach at his press conference, man. And so it came to me, Houston, the city of Houston has a problem.
Sweets is stupid, man.
I thought, hey, Sweets, that's all I'm saying.
He said if you say blitz loud, he gonna crumble.
Damn, Sweets on the Sweets on one this morning.
Damn, drinks. Drinks.
That's all I'm saying, Sweets.
Like I was saying, man, there's a huge problem in Houston, man, because I start to think, you think about over the last few years, Houston sports team's been in shambles. You had the cheating Astros, you had the debacle with the Rockets. Now you get a new coach with the Houston Rockets, and then you put him into that situation, that awkward situation. That's the same thing for the Texans HC now. You got him in an awkward situation at press conferences, and they ask you all about, Watson. It's crazy. Then even with the Rockets, you got PJ Tucker. He opted, I'm not playing no more until y'all trade me. I mean, Houston is like the worst place to ever. People would rather go play in Canada than play in Houston.
Let me channel my inner Lucky. Texas is a state of can't get right.
Can't get right.
I think it's that damn heat. It's hot as all hell out there.
They already showed they can't get right with the electricity and stuff. Back a couple of weeks ago.
Come on, PG.
They say they can't get right. That's what's going on down there.
No, he right. He right. They got their own grid.
They can't get right.
That was a gut punch, Pat. That was a gut punch.
It's just saying how Texas is, bro.
These are facts.
Texas, everything is political down there, and we know what kind of politics it is down there. That's why they can't get right.
That's why they can't get right. You're right.
I ain't say you was wrong. I just say you what I'm saying. Hey, I don't disagree with you at all, bro.
Y'all ready for this? Other utility companies can't even come help them out with their outage because they got their own grid. Yeah. So PJ Tucker's leave. I'm gonna pick it off Ben. PJ Tucker now wants to leave. He's out. They just lost DeMarcus Cousins. James Harden got out of there. Let's go to the Texans. Andre Johnson was unhappy. JJ Watt is gone. Deshaun Watson wants out. The Houston Astros been cheating for God knows how long. Like, Texas is terrible. And we're gonna leave the Cowboys out of this because that's another debacle. So Texas, when the last time you heard from the Rangers? Like, come on, man. The Texas is, hey, look, I got people down there. I love Texas. I love my people.
I forgot they existed.
But yeah, man, Texas, man.
Yeah, it's just, you know what, it's always when those situations happen, that's upper management. Like with the, I know we're gonna get into basketball, but like the Houston Rockets situation, make up your mind. Are you rebuilding or retooling? What the hell are you doing here? Like you should have traded Eric Gordon. Now he out 4 to 6 weeks. Now you're stuck with him. But that's not here nor there. But the same with the Texans. And just when the Texans had all that talent, DeAndre Hopkins, Deshaun Watson, you had a defense that was pretty good, and now it's just completely gone with no championship. It's like they all follow the same pattern. Hell, just cheat like the Astros. At least you get a championship out of it. Just cheat.
Damn.
Just cheat. I mean, it might as well.
Hold on. You see, Sweet said, I wish Houston continued bad luck in sports. We helped them with 2 NBA titles when MJ retired. I got nothing else for him. And he got the slow walk off.
Shout out to the dream, Akeem Olajuwon, baby.
Yes, sir.
But I know sports fans down there are going crazy. But hell, we from Chicago, man. We didn't suffer. And I don't feel sorry for them either, Sweets. Hell, we didn't suffer through it forever. So hell with them. Cubs and Sox took 100 years. Bears since '85. Blackhawks, they finally did something, a couple of years back, but it's been bad up here too.
Hey, listen, man. Usually we take a break right now, but all the bills are paid, so we finna keep it rolling. We finna get into basketball, and we finna to start off with KDL's view called Call of Duty. Let's go.
Hold on.
Oh, my man taking a shot.
5 o'clock somewhere. Shit.
What's happening? What's happening, good people? Welcome to KDL's View. I want to start by saying, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this in the media, There was a guy named Miles Leonard that plays for the Miami Heat. Recently got caught in the news by playing a video game in the comfort of his own home and using an anti-Semitic phrase against Jews, basically. Now, this is the same Miles Leonard you might remember in the bubble, that when everybody was taking a knee, he stood tall with his hand over his heart because he supported the troops. Let me tell you why we don't buy his apology, or not even apology, his explanation of saying, oh, I didn't know that was offensive. My bad. My bad for my ignorance. Well, we don't believe you, Miles. You know why we don't believe you? Because you were in the comfort of your own home. You didn't just say the word and not know. You said effing in front of it. So you meant it. And whoever you talked to took it and laughed it off. He didn't check you on it. So apparently this is how y'all talk. This is how y'all get down. Here's the problem for you, Miles. Your owner, Mickey Harris, Jewish. His son, Jewish. Miami community, a lot of them, Jewish. You trip, bruh. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to suspend you for a week. And after that, all of a sudden, you ain't going to be playing for the team no more. Now you done cost yourself a job. And now it's a media thing. It's a publicity thing. We'll see who's going to bring you to the team. I'm not saying your career is over, right? But you tripped, and you're going to pay for it. And if you're going to apologize, apologize. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Don't do the ignorance. Because why does people have to educate you on what words not to say, what words are meaningful, what words are hateful, what words, down other people? Why do people got to keep telling you this, bruh? In this age, we just left, 45 just left for the last 4 years. You know what's wrong and what's right and what hurts people. You knew what that word was because you used it forcefully, and you used it freely because you was in the comfort of your own home. So this was you. And if y'all think this ain't him in real life, y'all nuts. That's all I got.
Hey, Ben, I know you finna go ahead and segue to it. I know you are. You got to go ahead and segue. It's perfect segue, Ben.
Take it away.
Hey, since KDL touched on it, we're gonna go right back into it. It's usually be Ben that come with this, but we're gonna go to this next topic. Racism remains a problem in today's society. Now, I seen this morning, and it really blew my mind. I'm like, I got on my Kevin Lauder when I read the high school broadcast coach Matt Rowan. He got called using racial slurs and explicit language referring to the girls' basketball team. I'm in high school as they kneel playing a Star Spangled Banner. He said, F them. I hope they get their butts kicked. Effing N-word. And then had the nerve to blame this on his sugar level spiking because he has diabetes.
Boy.
Hey, man.
Man, you got to be crazy.
GFY and all that.
Hey,
Dude,
man, is it me
never work another nothing ever in life?
Is it me or the explanations and the apologies be worse than the actual damn words, man?
That's it, bro. Right there.
I don't understand.
Right there.
Just say my bad. Stop explaining yourself. I didn't know what the word meant.
Right.
Like, kill yourself. You don't know what the damn word meant. Really?
You didn't know what the word meant, but you said effing in front of it.
Sugar level. That sugar level got to do with you saying something, fool.
Like these are girl fucking men. You know what the fuck you say.
Right.
You know what the fuck you say, man. You know what you do, you know what you say, and you know how you want it to be said, and you know how you want people to take it. Like, let's not bullshit around, man. It's just like never in life. And Miles Leonard should be lucky. Like, he should be very, very fucking lucky that he's able to that he wasn't just dropped right there and then.
Right.
He'll never play for the Heat again.
It's coming. It's coming. And
he'll never play for the Heat again.
That community he just went after made Nick Cannon apologize, and Nick Cannon got
yes, sir. Right. The Jewish community may be the strongest community in the United States, brother.
I don't think y'all understood what Pat said his excuse was. Said his sugar levels was low, and when his sugar level low, it make him say things that erratic. Are you?
Hey, Ben.
Are you high?
Ben, I am diabetic. if my sugar levels jump up or jump down, it does not control the words that comes out of my mouth. So let's carry on.
Well, if he can get away with that, I'm gonna go to work Monday and cuss everybody out and say my sciatica made me do
Hey,
it.
next time I see you,
I'm like, F all y'all.
I see you,
Just go off at the job.
You're gonna be filing for unemployment.
Right.
Jerome,
he can get away with that.
Gaddy said you got to give him an 8 for originality, though.
True. Facts. Hey, he tried.
Dude, when I heard that excuse, I'm like, man, is he serious, man?
Hey, shout out to our sis Sean. You tried it, sucker.
Right.
Right.
You tried it.
You
tried it, sucker.
Hey, man, it just baffles me at some of the stuff that people are getting caught saying, and the stories they come up to why they said these things, man.
The explanations are the worst. The
worst. Miles Leonard said he didn't know what the word meant.
Yeah.
No.
Come on, man.
I don't even care about Miles Leonard. When I heard what this dude said, I immediately, Kevin Lauder jumped into my body like, what?
Now.
Hell, I don't know what a lot of words mean, but I know what not to say.
Right. Greg McDermott, for example. Greg McDermott. He came out and apologized, gave no excuses for what he said. He just apologized.
Right.
And just left it general. He didn't say, well, what had happened was, that's when they say what happened was, they lying.
Right.
Right. We all got kids. You know how it is when they come that lie. See what had happened. You just shut up. Stop. Stop. Shut up. Don't say nothing. You making me madder when these bullshit excuses. You're pissing me off more. Just say my bad, I'm sorry, and walk off and sit down.
And walk off.
Man,
I won't do it again.
I effed up, man. That's all I can say.
Pretty much. So, no merit. And I say no merit because James Harden responds to former pro Antoine Walker's comments. Twan said, "You'll never win with that style of play." Thoughts, Lefty?
He wasn't lying. I mean, he's changed his style. He's talking about when he was in Houston, right? I mean, how he's playing now.
He had to be.
And he changed his style. So clearly he can respond to it, but he must have took his advice or heard other people saying it because he has changed his game. So I don't know why he was responding to Twan. You know what I mean? Just like, hey, it is what it is. And Twan was right. You didn't win in Houston playing that style.
Yeah,
You didn't win. So I don't see what the issue was or what the purpose of him even saying anything back. Like we just said in the previous segment, just be quiet. Just be quiet. Like, don't even respond to that.
What up, Sean? What up, Maya? How y'all doing out there?
What up? What's happening, people? Hey, let me go, dog.
Go ahead.
These players need to stop being so sensitive. When people respond to them, man. You know what I mean? Like, the way James Harden took it is if Antoine had no business, he's not on his level, right? That's how he took it. That he shouldn't be talking about me. Well, let me tell you something. Twan is an NBA champion. Twan is an NCAA champion. Twan was a McDonald's All-American. Twan had a good career, bro. All-Star. So do your research before you say, "Oh, he's not equivalent to talk about me and talk about my game." Bro, you ain't never won nothing. You didn't win at Arizona State. You didn't win at OKC. You didn't win at Houston. And in my opinion, you're not going to win at Brooklyn. So let's stop this, man. And I agree with the TNT crew. They go a little hard sometimes, like what Shaq did to Donovan Mitchell was uncalled for, in my opinion. But they got a job to do. They make comments. Kevin Durant goes at Barkley, like, well, he shouldn't be talking. Man, hey, dude, people criticize your game, bro. It's not disrespectful. People in the media have a job to do. Their job is to criticize, break down, whatever. You can't be sensitive all the time and respond.
Stop now you being soft.
Well, Shaq said it best, even this past week, how, when he was critiqued and criticized by some of the legends, he took it. These cats now it's just sensitive, dude.
So
over sensitive.
Another case. We need you to create a one of those little things that come across, say FTFU. And that's basically what it is. dude, constructive criticism. Constructive criticism usually equals up love. If somebody is willing to say something about your game or to give you some pointers or say something nice or bad about you, you take that to heart, bro, and you retool whatever you're doing to try to make yourself better, bro. And we said it when they all traded that they wasn't going to win with the style of play they was going to play over there. That somebody had to change their style of play. What happened? James Harden has changed his style of play. Great, but they need to play defense.
Look, Sweets is on fire today, man. He teammates with KD. They probably sitting with their legs crossed looking for internet beef.
And that's possible, man. They got too much social media time, bro.
KD do it all the time, though. KD is always in it with somebody. KD is either beefing or he hitting up somebody's girl in the inbox. That's what KD do.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Damn. Since we talk about the Nets, man.
Should be getting his leg massaged and get his ass back on the damn court.
Whoa.
Quiet as kept. He got more than a hamstring, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So the Nets signed Blake Griffin. Lefty, I know you want to go in on this one, so I'll let you go first.
Yeah, man, it's a rumor too that they was gonna dig up Wilt Chamberlain and put him in that pit that they put Superman in Justice League and Resurrect. And they gonna sign him too. Nets sign their damn body.
No.
The Nets will sign any and everybody. It's called a Lazarus pit. You know, they did Superman in there and they came back to life. We're gonna dig up Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah. The Nets are signing, even if it don't make sense, they are just signing just to sign. Now they might have jumped too quick because now I think they only got one slot left. Now you got Andre Drummond gonna be out there, PJ Tucker, and now LaMarcus Aldridge is gonna be out there too.
Right. They're gonna sign PJ Tucker.
Well, leave it to them. They'll try to sign. They'll cut some coaches and sign all three because the Nets just sign everything. They don't care. And even if it doesn't make sense, Blake Griffin makes zero sense to the Nets to me. I don't understand why they even gave up that slot. It was stupid. But you know, like you said, I don't know if they're doing things to block other teams. It seems like some of these moves are blocking other teams from signing guys, but the logic behind it, somebody got to explain it to me. Please, somebody explain it to me. I don't get it.
You don't sign Blake Griffin.
Can you explain this, Lucky? Because I have nothing for him.
What the Nets need? The Nets need defense and rebound.
Man,
right?
They need it so bad.
That's kind of what they need, right?
Because your man Jordan out there by himself.
Yeah,
right. He by himself. So Drummond makes sense, right? You go out and sign Blake Griffin. Now Blake Griffin ain't dunked in 2 years, which means he can't jump anymore. Which means you're not going to get any rebounds from him. And
Kev, please say what you said last week. Say what you said last week about him.
That Blake Griffin can't jump out the bed.
That's what you said.
Come on, man. Like you say, it makes no sense. Why? Because his name. He's a name. So now you're gonna fit him around the perimeter with everybody else to shoot threes. That's what we're doing. But then you're gonna run into first of all, shout out to Embiid. I hope he's healthy. But if you run into a healthy Embiid gonna be out there like Wilt.
Well, they said it's just a bruise.
It says it's just a bone bruise. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
It looked a lot worse than it did. It looked a lot worse.
Yeah.
But out of all them, man, if they was gonna wait and sign, they should have waited a little longer. The only one that really would have made sense would have been Drummond or PJ Tucker, because PJ Tucker actually plays defense. He can sit out on the perimeter and hit a shot. But other than that, man, Blake Griffin, like you said, why? What was the purpose?
So they can have the most threes in a game.
He don't play defense.
Since we're talking about the whys, the NBA All-Star game. So you got the skills challenge where a guard never wins, a big man wins it. The most exciting thing about this year was the three-point challenge. The dunk contest was the weakest I've seen in my entire life. And then it's the actual game. The quarter resets. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, you resetting, going to zero. Then the fourth quarter, the first 150 points. I mean, come on, man. I got a huge issue where they should just wipe the All-Star game off the mat until they retool it and get it better. But let me hear what you all got to say. PG, what's your thoughts on it, man?
You know what? I didn't like it at all, man. Me myself, like I said, I went back. I didn't watch it the same day, bro. I watched it the next day. I did watch the dunk contest though. We already know the dunk contest it's been weak for a couple of years now because we got a lot of the perennial players that don't even participate in the dunk contest. Number one, the 3-point contest has always been cool because you got the shooters of the shooters out there shoot. The skills challenge. I don't know why the hell a big man always win that when you got point guards supposed to be running the floor. They should be the ones that taking over that. But the actual game, I used to like seeing the score when it was 75-80 in the second quarter. You like, man, this score for to be like 200 and something. It was sad this year because of COVID. That's why I'm gonna say it's because of COVID. Maybe next year when it get back to regular, it'll be okay again. I don't know.
Lefty.
I'm sorry. The NBA All-Star is nothing but a money grab for the league. It's just a way for them to make a couple extra dollars. The skills challenge, I'm gonna be so blunt with this. It's just fucking stupid. Like the skills challenge is drills that you run in practice. Dribble around the cone, pass through the hole, do a shoot a layup, run down and shoot a damn three. These are NBA players. They should have been doing that in elementary school. That's just stupid. So the skills challenge is ridiculous. The only thing that's worth it is the 3-point contest, like you said. The dunk contest probably should have been wiped out about 5 years ago. And maybe I think the only way to really get the All-Star game excited, first of all, the players aren't going to really take it that serious unless it's only got a handful that play hard like that, like Russell Westbrook and them who try to win MVP every time they play in there. But maybe you should like bring some NBA legends to play in a game or something. You got to do something to spice it up. I mean, LeBron sat out the whole damn second half. He was like, man, y'all go ahead. You know.
Hey, Barry said the same thing you said.
Yeah, bring like do something just to kind of get our attention. I mean, hell, I was drunk by halftime. I didn't know what happened after the first half.
Just like Andy said, the dunk contest made him drink.
Yeah,
right. I agree with Lefty to get rid of the skills contest. I think that's absolutely ridiculous because you're really not showing skills.
right.
It's ridiculous. The 3-point contest, obviously, that's competitive. That's good. The dunk contest, you know, a dude got what he get a 50 off kissing an imaginary rim.
They ain't giving him 50. What they doing is doing about choosing names now for the win.
They chose at the end. Yeah, remember, they was doing the points for the first couple of dunks. They did points.
Right, they did points. Yeah,
it was garbage.
And then I like, come on, man, that's ridiculous. And the dunk contest, no stars want to be in it. Now I think Zion wanted to be in it, then he changed his mind at the last minute.
That's because it was at halftime.
Right, it was at halftime during the game. Right,
right.
Be. But what I'm saying is, you have no stars that want to compete against each other. Yeah. See, back when Jordan, Neat, like they wanted to compete against each other in the dunk contest. Let's get it on. You don't have stars like that no more. They too big for the dunk contest. They you know that ain't on my level, man. I'm gonna just chill and playing the game. So that's how they take it now. Well, so it's not exciting. You didn't know who it was in the dunk. Name a name that was in there.
I don't know. The Hamburger. Exactly. I don't know somebody. I don't know who the hell was in the dunk contest.
Exactly. You don't even know who was in the dunk.
Hey, they should let some of them.
Tracy McGrady. Oh no.
What they should do though to really resurrect the dunk contest, we're gonna do it. Let those street ballers. You see them cats be on YouTube and all that. Let them cats do it, man.
That's how
you saying non-NBA players just let it put on the show.
Yeah, okay, let them cats do it, man.
Because you look at some of them clips, them fools be doing them YouTube videos. I be like, oh my God.
Yeah. And the NBA could really make money off of it. So what you can do is you go like throughout the year and have little, different little dunk contests in different cities or whatever.
In different cities.
And then let people vote for the best, the guys to compete at the All-Star game. Do something to spice that up, man. Some of them dunks on YouTube be ridiculous, dog.
Lefty, you need to patent that. You need to patent that because the NBA gonna steal your idea, man. Patent that.
Hey, somebody write it down for me. Somebody write it down.
One white guy, man. This mog did something stupid like a 360. Did dunked it with the opposite hand behind his back. I'm like,
yeah.
Did they let the rim down?
Dude, these cats be jumping over cars.
Man, these mogs is crazy.
Man, you get a chance, go out and YouTube some of them dunks, man. Them street ballers.
Crazy.
Well, Toppin jumped over 2 people and still didn't win.
Yeah.
Him and his teammate and his
father.
But
they had no excitement whatsoever.
No,
man. They were just They was just so dry, man. It was just like, man, what are y'all doing out there? Y'all not. It don't even look like they was having fun. They just
Kev, is that true or is Getty
Kev?
lying on you? That you took a shot for every dunk attempt during the All-Star game?
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
Oh, you was good and drunk then.
Yeah, that's true.
You was about 12 shots in.
we were trying to make it exciting for ourselves.
You know,
so he's like every true story.
Since he ain't here, I'm gonna give it to him. The dunk contest was about exciting as watching Sly run down the block.
Damn.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Well,
Wow.
it'll probably
With
take
his knees?
it'll take just as long with them bad knees.
Right. So,
But
fellas, go ahead, Lef.
No, I'm saying like it. And the other thing with those street ballers that are dunkers, like this, they claim the fame, so they're gonna go all out.
Yep.
Right.
These NBA players, they getting their paycheck from being on the floor. Like they said, dude was gonna kiss the rim, but probably thought about it and get his damn teeth knocked
Call
out.
my teeth if I do this.
Right, get your teeth knocked out.
Right.
When them street ballers probably would have bit the damn rim just to get a
Right.
paycheck. You know what I'm
And,
saying?
and hung on it like that.
With his mouth. Just to get a paycheck.
He would have hung on it with his teeth like Vince Carter did with his arm.
Right. Yeah, to
But
get a check.
that's actually a good idea, Lefty. You bring in just to make the dunk contest exciting.
Mhm.
You bring in them type of cats. You know what I mean?
And you got somebody repping from all the major cities, boy. That would be dope.
Yep.
Yeah,
That would be dope.
like a
dope.
big tournament. Send that check to 9303. I'll give you my address later. NBA, send my check. Send my check.
Now, fellas, when we in a cigar shop, man, you know we talk about everything, and we talk about some touchy subjects, man. So we're about to get into one right now because reading an article up in Connecticut. This is track and field. Female athletes are being forced to compete against biological males. Now we stepping into some kind of touchy waters, but this is what we do.
Transgenders, that was transgenders. That was such a politically correct way you put that, Benjamin. Good job.
Good job.
Biological males.
But the thing is, man, wow.
You made them sound like mutants. You made them sound like mutants on the X-Men or something. Biological males. I like that. Go ahead.
So there's 4 girls that got a lawsuit against Connecticut High School Athletic Association, man, because they feel that they are being deprived of winning championship titles, medals, athletic opportunities, and potential scholarships because they are running against males that identify as women. That's strong, man. And you know, Lefty, you and I talked about this last Tuesday for a little bit. You know, what's your thoughts on it, man? And I know this is touchy, but this is what the stuff that we talk about in the cigar shop, man. So, KDL, what's your thoughts on this, man?
I 100% agree with the girls in the lawsuit. I 100% agree with that. If you think about this, you can't have males genes, right? Initially changing over to females and then say, well, I want to be identified as a female, but you still got male genes in you. When you still have male genes in you, you're probably going to be faster than the average female, right? So they have
testosterone here.
You got a lot of testosterone. Exactly. So you have a right to be upset about that because if they're changing over, like, so freshman year, you were a dude. And then junior year, you're now a female. And now you win in state and you're getting scholarships that someone that's been a female since freshman all the way to senior. That's not fair. So when we talk about rights and all that, I don't want to get into that because, well, we got a right to do this and we got a right to do that. And I don't want to get involved in that. I'm talking strictly sports. That's not fair. That's simply not fair. So I agree with the women in the lawsuit. I hope they win it.
PG.
Kev, you said something. You said when you have that change, you still have a lot of the male DNA. No, you got all male DNA. The only thing you've changed is your sexual orientated parts. That's it. You still are a male specimen. Everything, your muscle mass and everything is still a male specimen. So yes, it's completely unfair, and I agree with them too. I hope they win. That's like Lefty trying to go down a runway against a woman doing a catwalk. It ain't gonna work.
I just had a visual. That was so weird.
Are you saying that's because of his back?
I don't.
Don't ever say that
I really
again.
Exactly.
I really don't want the visual, but carry on.
I was trying to visualize it, and it was just got weird, Pat, real quick.
Lefty, what's your thoughts on it, man?
I mean, there's a reason why there's men professional sports and women professional sports. There's a reason why they separate the two. There's a reason why we don't compete against each other on a professional level. I mean, we can do the little co-ed softball stuff like that and little, recreational games. But when you're talking about competitive, playing for awards and like school and scholarships and professionally, it's just unfair. It's totally unfair. And I get the whole gender identified as thing. I totally understand. I'm not trying to understand it, but I get it. Nobody's knocking you, do you? But when it comes to that, I agree with the panel. It's completely unfair. There's nothing like I don't care what, and until they make males have menstrual cycles, I don't know how the hell they think they equal to a woman physically. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, you cannot do you want to change your body parts and all that, but when it comes to competing, man, like let the biologically born gender have that. Like you can still compete against men, just compete against men dressed as a woman. I don't see what the difference would be. I mean, it may, you may get a little clowned a little bit, but I mean, weird. Right. It may look weird, but it's fair.
I don't even know. Let me ask y'all this, man. Why do y'all even think that's allowed? Right? Why do you think a girl can come into high school, right, as a freshman, and then 2 years later she's now, a guy can come into high school as a freshman, and then 2 years later he wants to be identified as a female, and then he still wants to play the very sport that he played as a dude freshman year, but now he wants to play the very same sport on the female. The females know him, remember him from freshman year. Now junior year, all of a sudden he's on the girls' team because he wants to be identified as a female, and now he's going to compete with the girls.
I could tell you why.
Why is that allowed?
I could tell you why it's allowed, because it's a sensitive subject, and we know that LGBTQ, whatever other letter they added, is powerful, and no one wants to ruffle their feathers. Nope. Nobody. So you pretty much kind of just like, hey, go ahead and do it, because soon as somebody come out and saying they being discriminated against because of they sexual choice, for their orientation, then it's gonna get it turns to this big thing, man, and you lose sponsorships and everything. So it's a touchy subject, and we're in a sensitive days right now, the way you can't, what do you say? No, you can't do that because, like we said, no, you're really a boy, but then they're gonna feel like they've been disrespected because you're not identifying them as they want to be identified. So I don't know. It should
be different for sports, man. It should be different for sports.
I totally agree with you. I'm answering your question of why they're allowing it. I think it's it's such a, don't nobody want to go up against that, man. Nobody.
I get that part, but I'm just saying not in life. I'm saying strictly sports, bro. That's a huge advantage. That's obviously always going to be an advantage. That's why we're here.
Yeah, but it's a touchy. It's very sensitive, and like Left said, nobody wants to walk that. Nobody want to walk that path, man.
Nobody want that smoke.
Right.
So Maya put up a great comment. Ben, check that out. Maya, that was a good comment.
Right. She said, "Well, we know that transgender men can't compete against men and win. Yeah. Biologically, they will be inferior because genetically, even with hormone therapy, to be male, they are biologically women. It's a fact."
Well, that's a good point. Well, maybe they should start a transgender league or something. Then maybe they have their own league, and that's not trying to like segregate folks or separate, But if that's the only way, so it sounds like for what Maya's saying, it's not going to be fair on either side, either way. If they compete with women, it's not going to be fair. If they compete against men, it's not going to be fair. So maybe now you create your own leagues and go from there. I mean,
or once you decide to make a change like that, you simply don't compete. How about that? But when you decide to make a change like that, you simply don't compete, man. In other words, if you're a guy, freshman year, you can't compete if you change into a woman by junior year.
But now you're discriminating.
Yeah.
Now you're discriminating. That's
And
another
that's just like the girl said. You might be borderline messing with somebody's scholarship now because you don't want them competing.
Yeah. So
But you are
because
messing with somebody's scholarship. That's what the girls are saying.
So what you're saying is because of their sexual choice, they can't compete. They can't compete in sports, which could get them a scholarship, which could, free education. You don't know where that can take them. So how do you go there, Kevo?
Here's the controversial part, right? Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Compete how you were born. Compete that way.
Well, that's what Maya was saying. Is that it's physically kind of unfair because they are taking hormone shots and things like that, which even though as a transgender, because of the shots they're taking, they're not as strong as a man, a man that hasn't gone through that, but they are stronger than a natural born female. So you're not as strong as a natural born man, but you're stronger than a natural born female. So where do you fall? Where do you fall?
So you're cheating.
Well, Barry says take it back to their birth
than-
certificate.
You're asking for a lot of lawsuits, bro.
Yeah,
And
we're on the same page, Barry.
you asking for a lot of boycotts outside your office, bro.
But as we know, when it comes to those letters, it's a slippery slope, man.
you lose sponsorship, all types of stuff.
It's a slippery slope.
They strong out here.
So everybody know what time of year it is. It's March Madness, and it's all about NCAA basketball, men and women. So, Big Ten Coach of the Year. Chicago's very own Juwan Howard earns Big Ten Coach of the Year, man. He has his team playing over the last 2 years. They've been out there balling. Now, he doesn't have, those last 2 years, he didn't have those top-level recruits. But next year, he got three of the top. Three of the top coming. Now, I started this story off talking about that, but guess what? Yesterday happened. He got tossed from the game. He got tossed from the game for getting into it with Maryland's coach and basically damn near whole team. They had to restrain him. Both coaches called technicals, but Juwan wouldn't let it go, and they had to let it ride you out the game. Now, the press conference is what I want to get to. He lost his cool, but in the press conference, he said, I'm from Chicago. My grandmama and raised in Chicago, if somebody charging at you, protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa. So let's talk about this. Kev, I'm going to let you ride first.
I thought the press conference was hilarious, but what he did do, because Juwan was always the ultimate professional, he didn't say what dude really said. So they interviewed the other coach, the Maryland coach. The Maryland coach said, I said was Mark Turkey. He said, all I said was, don't talk to me. That's all I said. Don't talk to me. There's a rumor out here. I said something about the banners, but all I said was, don't talk to me. That's what he said.
And it sounds like a lie.
That sounds like a lie, because I'm going to tell you why. Big Nuke ain't going there if all you said was, don't talk to me. So he said something else. What Juwan did is not put it in the media. He just said, you charged at me, and where I'm from, basically I don't play that, right? That's what he said publicly. But I guarantee you it was something else said. The man was enraged, right? That wasn't just about don't talk to me. He said something else. And Juwan professionally didn't put it in the media. He said something, though. You got a 6'9" dude coming at you. That ain't just don't talk to me. Trust.
Yeah, well, it may be an unpopular opinion on my end, but I think Nuke handled it totally wrong. It was, what he said, it was from the street side, man, it was gangster. We get it. From the shy, grandmama raised you. You don't let nobody run up on you. From a professional side, to me, it wasn't a good look. And people can feel how they want to feel about what I said. I love Big Nuke, grew up with him, great guy, one of the, most chill people I've ever met in my life. But, when you at this level, national TV, you in a big time organization, you in collegiate level, you Big Ten Coach of the Year. You got to know when to draw that back. It's just like us on our jobs, right? There are times where we want to bring it out. There are times where somebody may email you or say something out of pocket to you where you want to pop off like, mother, you know where I'm from? I don't play that, you know, but you got to dial that back. And then to even, you know, the actions on the court, which had him removed, and then to go in the press conference, I think he could have been a little more humble, just like, hey, I lost my cool. My apologies to my, you know, to the university, to my teammates, to my players and my coaching staff. You got to kind of be a little more professional, Big Nuke. I get it. I'm proud of you doing your thing, but you know, let's stop playing into that stereotype of angry black men or the thug thing, and you know, we always ready to take it to the streets, bro. But hey, that's just my opinion. Me and Sly had a big argument about it yesterday. Matter of fact, I told him to go suck on some exhaust fumes at work, and I hope he's paying attention and listening. That's what I said.
But Damani, don't you think he did apologize though?
But you have to do it. You have to do it to the media. You have to do it to the media.
He probably did. You just didn't see it. They asked him what happened. We only saw the what happened question. I'm sure he walked in and apologized, like, you know, I was out of.
Well, I didn't. Well, all they playing is the part where he said he from the shine. His grandma.
Well, you know how the media do. They spin.
Blah.
When keeping it real goes wrong. Let's go, Pat.
Blah, blah, blah is what I just heard come out his mouth. Him down there, one of Princeton Park's finest. Stand up, Princeton Park. Nuke showed up. Now, you know what, man? The only thing I really agree with what Damani said is we didn't see it. Like he said, you know, the media only spend what they want to spend. I'd have liked to see him say, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna apologize to my players because I don't want them to see me acting like that. But as far as him going off on, man, come on, man. We've seen that plenty of times before where coaches and went out on the floor and went off on another coach or something like that. It happens in sports when they get riled up.
You had Chaney versus Thompson. Versus Thompson back in the day.
Here's my thing.
Two black men.
Exactly.
Imagine that.
Here's what Kev said that was important. He said something different, and it would have been different if it was the first time. This is the third time that they've got into it. The dude went to the chancellor and told them that he had a problem with Jawan. You know what I'm saying? That he didn't like him. So whatever he said pissed him off to that point. And to me, it's almost like a respect type of thing. Because dude been coaching like 30-some years, this new first year. So he probably looking down on him like, man, you the kid that used to be playing when I was coaching. Don't even talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Disrespectful. New stood up like, hey,
but you know what? I gotta agree with Left because you know you're the face of the program,
right?
You got kids that's looking at you, got recruits, you
parents.
got parents looking at you like, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you need other recruits, though, bro.
You got to look at other recruits that potentially that's going to come there, and parents they have a major decision in if you want your kid to go play. Kev, you said it last week about McDermott. Do you want your kid going to play for a coach that used the word plantation? You said it. So, man, do you want your kid going to play for a coach that's going to snap off and jap out like that? Is he doing that with kids and all that? That's just the thought process.
I would love to have Ivan's opinion on this.
Let's keep this real, man. We don't know exactly what was said. There wasn't just.
It don't matter what was said. As long as he ain't call him a nigga, man. You can't react, Kev. Your reactions, it don't matter, Kev. You're in a position. You're in a position of power. You have to be careful how you react. You are a representative.
Image is everything.
You are a representative of the university.
We don't know what was said.
Unless somebody spit in your face. Unless somebody spit in your face, bro. You gotta watch how you react. Because
if you don't know what was said, you don't know.
Trust me right now. Trust me. There's parents that are looking at that on ESPN whose child may have been considered. They may have sent letters, and they're looking at. They be like, that coach has a temper problem. It's the angry black man syndrome, and my son's not going there because of that. Go ahead, Ivan. I would love to hear what you have to say.
But you would send him to Creighton, though.
I didn't say that either.
I think it feeds to the side. Look. I think the situation was very aggressive. It got very heated. I don't think confrontation, like physical confrontation, was going to solve anything. But like you said, there needs to be a break in the stereotype. You yourself can change that dynamic. You yourself can change that narrative. And I just feel like if he held his cool a little bit more and just said what he had, tell the truth in the press conference. Hold your cool until you get to the press conference, and then say what you have to say. I think it'll fare better. But for me, I could understand. Hey, right there and then, shit. I mean, somebody came at me. And, I walking outside, right. Somebody comes at me today, barreling down at me, 6'4", 6 whatever. I'm only about 5'9". I'm gonna try to swing. Like I'm gonna think this is a fight. Even if I was wrong, I would still think this was a fight. You know what I mean? So it's a weird situation. I feel like it just could have been handled all parties differently.
Yeah. Well, in the heat of the moment, man, like you said, in the heat of the moment. You don't think that in the heat of the moment. In the heat of the moment, you just go straight off. Then afterwards, it's always the after effect. You know what I'm saying? Now going forward, he probably will be like, you know what? It ain't even worth it. I'm gonna step away from you. But right now, in the heat of the moment, that was his first time, man.
Well, and don't go to the media. And don't go to the media justifying why you did what you did. Like apologize. Just be like, you know what? I lost my cool. But to go, we didn't see the whole thing. It don't matter. It doesn't. Okay, so until somebody comes out, so you're assuming. So until he comes out, but he did apologize.
It's just like you assuming. It's no different than you assuming he just said, "Don't talk to me."
I know. Obviously said I'm talking about the press conference. So I'm talking about the press conference.
Well, they didn't show that, but y'all know this. Nuka's always been professional the whole way that you've seen him.
Exactly.
Right. Always. Since we was kids.
Always.
Since we was kids, he's been I'm
quite sure he walked in and apologized to university, my kid. I'm quite sure he did that. We just didn't see it. So I agree. Right now we're assuming. But here's the other point, Ivan, I want to ask you. Do you think it was just don't talk to me that set him off?
I think there was a lot of words said. Of
course there was.
A lot of words
and there was some FUs in there and all that.
But to his credit, he didn't go into the media and say exactly what was said to him.
And that's
he just said this is how we react.
That's a part of the problem, right?
That's part of my issue. Is like, all right, boom. As soon as it said, I would have been like, I dropped everything. I already won this argument, because if you revert to something like that, if you revert to just being low. I feel like whoever holds a high ground in that position is already won the argument, and I feel like, or at least holds favor, to the public at least, man. Because I don't think
it'll come out eventually.
I don't think there was nothing said. I'll say that. I don't think there was nothing said, but I also don't think that you should have lost your cool and not said anything about it afterwards. Say what was said.
Say what set you off.
Similar to Miles Garrett and Mason Rudolph. If he said what he said, you should have said that shit right then and there, not a day after, not 2 days after. Say it right then.
Because now we're getting into justifying our actions, and that's never a good look. It's just like in sports, right? It's never the person that throws the first punch. It's always the person that reacts, that gets caught, and that's the person that looks bad on. Like with was it Javon Williams, the Bears, whatever, when he threw the haymakers on dude on the Saints. Just
he said he spit on him.
Like nobody saw you get spit on.
That's why I go deeper than that, man. For it to be 3 instances, this almost happened. It's something else, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let Pat tell it. Pat's saying they got a history. So that means if they got a history, that means more than is being said than just don't talk to me. Right. So I agree with y'all on the overall look. Yeah, he could have handled it different. I 100% agree. I get all that. I'm not saying I don't. But what I'm saying is we don't know exactly what was said to him. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. Because something had to be said to set him off like that.
And
so Kevin, y'all know he's more professional than that. Y'all know that.
And Kevin, that's to your point, like you said, this is out of character.
Right.
It's out of character. Right.
So to me, to your point, it's like, man, what was said? Like what happened in the heat of that moment?
But I think he dropped the ball on winning the press conference. Don't come in justifying and saying I'm from Chicago, my grandmother raised me. You come in a little more humble and be like, you know what, even if you don't want to talk about what happened, don't do that. We already have a bad look. People, we already perceive, we have that pit bull perception that we're violent and we're already ready to react and we're always ready to fight, as black men. So don't play into that. You got millions and millions and millions of people watching. And ESPN has been playing this over and over and over again. And at the end of the day, Juwan now, we know he's professional. We know he's a humble dude. But there's a lot of people out there now like angry black man.
Yeah.
So fellas, this is, you know how we get it in the box, and this is turned into in the box. So we just gonna keep it rolling. Iowa retires Luka Garza's number 2 jersey. Now the problem with this is Roy Marble, 32 years, held the all-time scoring record at Iowa. The family is so bothered by that because he was part of their only 30-win season. He took them to the regional final in '87 and then the Sweet 16 in '88. I mean, I'm sorry, Maya, but Iowa has stayed. Iowa is what Pat can't get right now. Can't get right because, man, they stand in the national limelight for reasons that they shouldn't even be in there because they got a solid team, but you keep hearing about this BS. Let's talk about this, man. We already in the box, so let's go. PG, what's up?
Man, they ain't gonna do nothing but try to rectify the problem. Now they're gonna go back and try to retire his jersey now. So I mean, you'd already. It's like you'd already robbed the bank, but you're gonna take the money back afterward. It's too late now. You can't save face on this one. You got to bite the bullet and keep it moving.
Lefty.
Yeah, man, it was definitely a bad look. I mean, it's no way around it. Shout out to Maya, Iowa alum, baby. But that's especially with the racism thing at an all-time high, the racial sensitivity, man. And like you said, Roy Marble was that dude in Iowa. He was that dude. Yeah, for them to, I didn't even see the purpose of retiring Luke Garza's jersey. I really don't get it. I don't see why. They ain't won nothing. I mean, I understand dude was pretty good, but what has he really accomplished? I mean, what was he Big Ten Player of the Year? What has he done? Like, there's been great. So it's a horrible look. And I don't know how you rectify it. You can't, like you say, PG, you can't go back and retire Roy Marble jersey now. Now you're reacting. And it looks stupid now. So what can you do, man?
Yeah. KDL.
This is not surprising because it's Iowa. Having said that, you can't go back and you can't now say we're going to retire the man's jersey or whatever. Garza is a 2-time Big Ten. He got back-to-back Player of the Year. And he's the here and the now. So Iowa reacted. 2-time Player of the Year. Iowa reacted. We're going to retire his jersey. Forgot that Roy Marble was that dude.
How'd you forget? How'd you forget?
I have no idea. Have no idea, but they showed that.
Kind of like he was scolding his daughter.
Right.
What you mean you got to clean up? How'd you forget to clean up? Pat went to daddy mode.
So it's probably a oops. Oh, we sure did do that. It was an oops moment. You know what I mean? But the family called him out on it. So shout out to Maya. It's just another Iowa situation. It is what it is. It's Iowa.
How about in college sports? Don't retire jersey numbers in college sports. Really? Man, just come on now. That's because as you say, you're going to offend someone from the past, whether it's black or white, or even if it's not racial, you're going to offend someone. So the best way to do it is just leave it alone. Like, don't touch that. Fall back. Don't touch
the only player
you always get players
NCAA. Only player in NCAA history that probably should have had his number retired was Cap.
Lou Alcindor.
Oh, yeah.
Lou Alcindor.
Lou Alcindor.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. My opinion. That's my opinion, everybody. So it is what it is. Now we're talking about respect now. So put some respect on my name. Pat Ewing felt disrespected at Madison Square Garden after security kept harassing him for his team pass. I mean, he said, "Man, do you know who I am? I'm Mr. Nick." He was like, "I'm gonna call." He said he's gonna get on the phone with Dolan. I'm just saying that's a wasted phone. That's a wasted 35 cents if you use the payphone.
State number 2 of Can't Get Right. New York.
In New York, man.
New York. And guess what?
What's going on?
Ben, look. I'm gonna take the hat off. I'm taking the hat off now.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with Madison Square Garden security. I don't know what Dolan just said. I don't know what's going on. Pat Ewing, congratulations on your win or whatever. He said, I want to say something else. The man said, I'm getting accosted. I'm asking for passes. It ain't a person in this arena should know who the hell I am. I felt him on that. Shouldn't know who the hell I am. So is my number in the rafters or what?
Right.
You know what I mean? When I walk in Madison Square Garden, and y'all should have heard Shannon Sharp go off on this on their show too. He went off. Shannon Sharp say, I could go to Denver, I can go to Baltimore, I could walk in. I don't care if it's motor car racing. I can walk in and ain't nobody gonna stop me.
Right.
He said that's how Pat Ewing should have it in New York. That's Patrick Ewing. Who don't know that?
Well, the other side of it is Patrick Ewing, not to be funny, has a very distinctive look. He's a big 7-foot, dark-skinned dude with a strong face. You can't say you don't know it's Patrick Ewing. Like I did when this came out, I thought it was a joke. When it came out, I was like, man. Patrick Ewing? Like Patrick Ewing should be able to walk in Madison Square Garden in his boxers and flip-flops, and ain't nobody say nothing. Like, come on, man. Whoever that security team, there's going to be a meeting Monday morning. Trust me.
I agree and disagree with them. You know why I agree and disagree with them? They right. He should be able to walk in Madison Square Garden and whatever he wants to. Not only that, Patrick Ewing should walk in any NBA arena it is, and you know who the hell he is, and shouldn't ask him for nothing. Big Pat, come on in, man. Go ahead on and do what you got to do. Let's hear this.
Can't hear the audio.
We got an audio problem.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I got y'all, my
bro. You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
He's history. Our opinion, does he have a right to be upset? Yeah. Skip me the tallest coach in Big East history. He, like you said, he's the legend. He's 23-10 in that bad building for the Knicks over a 15-year career. Skip, that man faces his ID. Skip, when I go back to Denver, I've never paid a dime for a ticket. I walk straight in. Baltimore, the same thing. Hey, Shannon, how you doing? Skip, I've been retired 17 years and can go to Baltimore to the facility, to a game, and walk right in. My face is my ID. That man face is ID. What the hell y'all think? A 7-foot guy lottery walked in off the street talking about he coached Georgetown? Man, this is ridiculous. Come on, Madison Square Garden. Come on, man. Give that part look at that and say, man, you look like Patrick Ewing. Where your badge?
Hey, man. Hey, look. You said it. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah,
I thought it was a joke. Because, like you said, he has a distinctive face.
And he's 7'1". He's 7'1". Like,
that should make you think right there.
So whoever was looking up like
Ewing.
this, where your ID at?
This is the same Patrick Ewing that's coaching Georgetown, that played for Georgetown, that played for the Knicks, all in the same damn building.
And is a Hall of Famer. A Hall of Famer. Numbers in the rafter. Like, come on. Yeah, there would definitely be a security meeting Monday. Somebody's getting fired. Somebody's gonna report to HR because that's just ridiculous. Because you know the first thing they asked him was, who asked Patrick Ewing his ID? Who?
Well, you know what, man. Again,
who did?
Get to the bottom of that.
They're gonna get who?
I mean, if you think about it, man, again, it's New York and Jim Dolan team with his security guards, man. So
we all know the debacle with Big
Charles
Oakley.
Charles Oakley, right? So
but
anything else coming from Dolan's team?
Oak was coming at him hard though. He was scared of Big Oak. He thought Big Oak was gonna put hands on him.
Oak
I guarantee you.
He pushed dude twice before they went up there and grabbed him. Oak actually pushed dude.
Hold on.
But they went up there and grabbed him.
Yeah, he didn't push that dude. He threw that dude. That dude went flying.
And immediately called for backup. Hey,
you know what that video, when I looked at the video and I was like, first of all, who hires security? Because the dude that ran up on Oak was like 5'4".
Right.
Trying to remove him. And you must really love your job to run up on a 6'8" goon to ask him to do anything. So you must really love your job. Because if it was me,
like, yeah, all right, fam.
If it was me, I'd be like, that ain't in my job description. You can fire me right now. I'm not running up on him.
Before he went over there, he should have did like this. Hey, I need back up real quick. It's gonna be a problem.
911. 911.
Or went over there gentle. Excuse me, Mr. Oakley. Mr. Dolan would like you to leave the stadium. He would like to leave the stadium. Don't hit me. I'm just saying what he said. Like, don't kill the messenger.
Hey, Charles.
Here's the question.
It ain't my fault, but you know, dude, goofy, and he want me to tell you to leave, man.
You know he a clown. You know he a clown.
Right.
He a clown.
What you mean? Your mama wanted the bike back? Is one of them ever? One of them?
Right.
Right.
So, fellas, we are in March Madness, man, and a lot has gone on. We got about a little under 10 minutes left, so we're gonna talk about a couple of things real quick, man. Just came across my phone that Duke still has a chance to go to the tournament if they get an at-large bid. When they just got struck by COVID, and they got booted from the tournament. I mean, you know, we talked about it during this week about the March Madness health and safety rules. If your team gets COVID, you're out of there. You out of there. They might not be have enough time to replace with another team. That other team goes straight on to the next round. It's like, man, you gotta test like 7 times before you get to the so-called Indiana bubble, and then before you hit the floor, you got to take 2 tests. It's like, man, this is crazy.
That's before practice. You got to take 2 tests. Before
practice.
Right.
Wait, didn't y'all say it has to be 7 consecutive days or 7 consecutive?
No, it's got to be 7 consecutive tests of negative, and that's before you get to Indianapolis. And then when you get
to
they
finna leave Indianapolis this weekend.
I know some of the teams, not all of them, some of them. Then by Thursday, all the teams will be there by Thursday. To hit the practice floor, you got to test negative twice before you can get out there to practice.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
So my understanding was the team's about to leave like Sunday, and then at the latest they can leave Tuesday because they got to have replacement teams.
They testing now.
Right. They testing.
They testing now. They testing now.
So Kansas, Virginia, who else? So they all got to take continuous tests to even be qualified. Now, Virginia is a defending national champion. Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be terrible if they can't make it because of COVID, not even in the tournament. That'd be terrible.
Yeah. Well, they got strict, man.
This can be real interesting how this plays out because you know each team, the hotels the team has a whole floor to themselves, and that's where they're supposed to stay at. You know, but remember these young kids, and you know how it is when you go into tournament land. It can get crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And then remember this also though. Once the tournament starts, they're still taking daily tests before they hit that floor again.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we play today, but then tomorrow when I take this test, somebody pop positive. Y'all out.
Now you got contact tracing. Yeah.
And it don't matter. It don't matter if it's a player, a coach.
Don't matter.
Somebody that's on the medical team. Anybody
don't matter. Your program. So when they play Thursday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday, you saying in between, like, so that off day, if one person tests positive, your team out.
So to me, it probably would have made more sense to not even have the 64 team tournament. I know it's big money, but maybe just a tournament 32. With the conference champs. Yeah, narrow it down a little bit because this is it's gonna get crazy. So what happens if you go off the contact tracing thing? Like you say, you play a team, and on that same floor, and someone tests positive, and then the team that just came down next, you know what I'm saying, for the next game, like how does that work? These guys are crossing each other in the hallways and this, that, and the other. So it may have been a good idea just to narrow it down, man. Like that's gonna be hard to control. 64.
It's gonna be very interesting.
It's gonna be hard.
So say a team. I'm gonna just throw a team out there. San Diego State. San Diego State plays New Mexico on a Thursday. San Diego State wins. On Friday, someone on San Diego State tests positive, which means they can't play come Saturday. Correct?
Right.
So now Mexico lost. New Mexico lost, but that's still contract tracing because you just played them, right? Is that how it would work? Or are you talking about vice versa?
So you're saying the team that lost would take the next spot even if they lose?
No, they got beat.
Right.
What Kev is saying is New Mexico, since but that's kind of what they was alluding to when I was listening to it, Kev. They were saying that if one team had the contact tracing test positive and they can't compete, then whatever team was out is in.
But they had contact with that team too. So
and that's what Kev saying. So
this is gonna be very interesting.
Somebody on New Mexico get test positive, even though San Diego State beat them. San Diego State moved on. They're supposed to play Saturday. They got to be contract tracing. You can't just throw San Diego State out there.
How do you throw them back out there? Yeah.
So now, how does that work exactly?
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting.
Unless they go in with the contractation where a coach or assistant or something like that. It's going to be very interesting, man. And guess what? A lot of brackets and LA and Vegas going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Because what if it happens to one of the number one seeds?
Yeah. Exactly.
What if it happens to a one
seed?
seed?
It's a lot on the line for a lot of the players, the schools, recruiting. It's a lot on the line.
FanDuel.
Man, it's a lot that's on the line, man. So we only got a couple minutes left, man, and we got to start to sign off. We got to start to sign off. But hey, next week it's all about March Madness when we come on. We gonna be on location next week.
We should be live on location next week, right?
We're gonna be live on location, man. If you follow us, you're gonna know where we're gonna be at. If y'all want to come live to the show and be part of it, man, we on and popping.
Check that Facebook page. We put the flyers out there exactly where we're gonna be at for all through the tournament.
Well, we can announce it. We at Society next week. I don't know what's the address, Pat.
Give me a second. I'll tell you by the time it's time for me to log off.
So, man, we had a hell of a ride today, man. We talked about some interesting topics. We gave you how we get it in the cigar shop, man. This is what we do, and this is us. SmokeFellas, Humidor.
There it is, right there. The Lazarus pit. The Lazarus pit. Brooklyn Nets, baby. God. That's the Lazarus pit right there, baby. For all my comic book heads out there.
Hey, man, I don't care what y'all say. Ivan is the best at what he do, baby.
Producer of the year, baby. Producer.
Yes,
right.
Producer of the year.
Hey, Kevo, take us out, man.
I just want to say thank everybody for tuning in, man, and riding with us every Saturday. Much appreciated. Like the Colonel says, starting next Saturday is March Madness. And I think every Saturday we might be on location. I know we definitely will next week. But the next couple Saturdays, hey, we in it, y'all. It's all about the NCAAs. We're going to see how this COVID stuff turn out. But like I say, appreciate everybody, man. Rock with us.
Lefty.
Yeah, like I say, man, thanks for joining us every Saturday morning, man. It's always fun to look forward to it, even though I ain't get to bed at damn near 4 o'clock in the morning. But I still get up and I look forward to doing this. Yeah, man, follow us, man. We always do it big for the NCAA tournament. We couldn't do it last year, of course. So this year we pretty excited. And a real quick tidbit for all us Bears fans, my man Ronnie, aka Parlay Ron, which I call him, said the Vegas had bets up on what team Russell Wilson would get traded to. And I think as of a couple of days ago, they took the whole thing down. Right. So which means and they always say follow Vegas because they know. So something is brewing. But yeah, man, hey, stay with us, man. And like I said, follow on location next week. It's gonna be a ball. We look forward to hanging out with you guys, man. Thanks again.
PG.
Man, as they say, I look forward to Saturdays from 11 to 1, man, because there ain't nothing like being on here entertaining you guys with the fellas. I love it. I love it. I love it. March Madness. We will be on set at Society Cigar Lounge, 4721 Holman Avenue in Hammond, Indiana. Come on out. Hang out with us. We're going to have a great time. If you can't make it out, check us on a podcast. We will be live on set. Man, you think it's a fool when we on here like this? Wait till we all together in the same place. It's going to be bananas. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Hey, man, I can't say it no better than what you guys said it, so I'm just gonna keep it like I always do. Where there's smoke,
There's the
There's
fella.
the fellas.
Kevin, don't log off, man. Don't log off yet, Kev.
don't log off, man. We'll be backstage.
And some alcohol, and some cigars, and a bunch of other stuff.
Man,
Shout out
J-Lo.
to my boy Drink Sinatra. Old brown eyes.
Old brown
yes,
eyes.
sir.
Old brown eyes.
What up, old brown eyes?
My man.
Yes, Rita lost his son.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
man.
Drink Sinatra, baby.
So as we do every
Hey,
week.
J-Lo
man,
back on the market.
wow.
Again?
Gonna put that out there again?
Yeah,
Wow.
I had to say that.
Who back on the market?
J-Lo.
Hey man.
What?
We
Yes,
out of
sir.
here.
Peace.
We out of here.
It's a romance sport. What? It's a romance sport. Yeah, yeah. It's a romance sport.